big thing because the girl felt that she was being mocked because she didn't have children, so she thought she was being mocked. So Destiny Child 001 says, I think females who are of age and wish to have children are mothers too. Okay, I believe that. I even take it further. I even, go further than that. I just think that if you identify with being a female, if you are a female, it doesn't matter what age you are, even if it's a baby child, I think they should be celebrated. Finax says, it's not just a woman with a child, but any woman is a child having a range of 12 to infinity. Thank you. That's the same thing that Destiny Child 001 said. Thank you. I really appreciate this. So is there anyone who thinks that wishing a woman who hasn't had a child, who's of age, who can bear children, but she doesn't have children, if you wish her Happy Mother's Day, you're being insensitive? Because that's what this email is saying, that, this person is saying that I believe that any woman should be celebrated. However, not every woman believes that. Some women think it's an insult if they cannot have children or they haven't had children, that, it's a slap in the face. I don't believe that. Again, you don't have to agree with me. What do you guys think? So that's one of the questions we're taking today. I believe you should celebrate women. I think you celebrate women, Any woman who identifies with being female, celebrate women. Say Happy Mother's Day. First of all, when you're saying Happy Mother's Day to people, they do not know if you have children or you don't, or what your history is. They're acknowledging you as a female, as someone who can nurture. Okay, so Destiny Child 001 says, some women do not want to have children, so I think such women should be excluded. Really? How many people agree with Destiny Child 001? And that's why, because we all have different opinions. So please voice your opinion. So women who do not want to have children should not be celebrated. They should be excluded. Destiny Child, so such women should be celebrated on Women's Day. Interesting. Finax says, nope, you're all not, because any family without a female is prone to microbial crisis. Could you please expatiate on that, Finax? Destiny Child, interestingly, Destiny Child is saying for women who don't want to have children, they should not be celebrated on Mother's Day, but should be celebrated on Women's Day. I think you celebrate women whether they can have children, cannot, want to, or they don't. The situation I'm telling you about, like this happened where I worked. Again, when you're celebrating, when someone tells you Happy Mother's Day because they see you as a female, it's like me seeing a man. I see any man on Father's Day, I'm like, Happy Father's Day. I don't know his history. I don't know if he has low sperm count. I don't know if he doesn't want children. I don't know if he's a child molester, for all I know. But the fact, because I don't know that, but because as a man, I'm going to acknowledge him and celebrate him like, because he's a role model to somebody somewhere, some child somewhere. You're a male, you identify as a male, you're somebody's role model as a man, as a father, as a big brother. Does that make sense? So, but it's interesting that, Destiny Child said what she did. So you think that a woman who does not want to have a child, if you do have that background about her, so you will not tell her Happy Mother's Day, you would only celebrate her on Women's Day? That's interesting, though. How many people agree with Destiny Child? That's a point. I didn't consider that. It doesn't change what I think, because I'm more general very generous in my inclusion. Agbonaye Louis, Thank you. Thank you for joining. Please join in the conversation. Should a childless woman or a woman who doesn't have a child be celebrated on Mother's Day? Anita says no. Wishing someone who has not had a child is not mockery. It's projecting their future role. Hey, that's exactly how I believe it. Sometimes you're speaking things into that person's life. And there were friends of mine who didn't have kids. I didn't know how they felt, but I would always wish them happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. And well, they're mothers now. So I think again it's good wishes. I don't think it's mockery. However, there have been women waiting on the fruit of the womb. For those of you who understand what I mean by that, women who are waiting to have children or who are desiring children who take offense if you wish them happy Mother's Day. It's like a slap in the face. They think you're mocking them. Finax says microbial crisis in the sense that if the situation is not properly being taken care of. I'm going to read this because it's important. If the situation is not properly taken care of, it's going to lead to family and nation doom because it is being said by scholars that a woman... Oh, I get what you're saying. I mean, I understood you, but I wanted you to expatiate on that for the purpose of everyone being on the same page. Oh my God, what have I done now? That's why I never touch the screen. Oh, wow. Destiny's Child has responded. She said, yes, I won't. She will not celebrate a childless woman because they will most likely take it as an offense. So it's better to respect their choices. Wow. Irene comes in. Some women might not be biological mothers, but they play the role of godmothers to children or friends of, and that's my take there. However, I need to respect and acknowledge what Destiny is saying. And that's in line with the question I asked, because people say that some women do take offense. They don't see it as you wishing them good. They don't see it as you showing them love or even speaking positive into their lives. They just see that you're mocking them, that they don't have kids. Because there are times, again, if you're not walking in someone's shoes, you can't tell them how they feel. So a childless person, you don't know, they get sensitive. But if you're not in their mind, you have no way of knowing. So I understand what Destiny is saying here. If you know the background of the person, maybe you just need to be careful how you wish people stuff, wish them happy Mother's Day because there have been cases. There are situations where people didn't take it well. Okay, fine. You're a microbiology student. Yeah, microbial means at the cellular level. I totally get that. Because women propagate, they're the ones who bring forth the child. So if you don't treat it properly, then creation stops. Esther says sometimes women who do not have children don't accept you wishing them. That's what I'm saying. Irene says very true. Some women do take offense. Would definitely respect the wishes of the person. Because, again, this happened at work. We wish this person happy. It's like, no. Why? She was very sensitive about it. So when people tell you they're not happy about it, I think you just stop. Don't try to justify why you're wishing them because they might not be receptive to your reasons. So like my co-host that's saying right now, some women really do take offense.